A woman who can't have kids has no value to the human race. You have any idea how badly I've always wanted kids? It's been my dream since I was a young man. But you're so selfish and useless, you never gave me any. Before long, it'll be too late, because you're getting older and your looks are deprecating by the day. I don't even know why I'm with you anymore.
Oh my God, Lewis, this again, really? You saw the results of the test just like I did. It said there was nothing wrong. You still haven't been to get yourself tested, have you? How about we at least find out the truth first before you pile the insults on like this?
Don't give me that crap. There's no way there's anything wrong with my baby makers. My boys swim faster than Olympic athletes. I've been the image of health ever since the day I was born. As for you, you've got asthma, anemia, eczema. You're practically in a walking illness factory. Spartans would have let you out to the elements. It's obviously the only defective article here is you, Zoe, and I won't hear otherwise.
Lewis, this is hardly fair. I do my best to stay healthy, you know. I work out, I eat right, I supplement with vitamins and minerals. It's not like I'm not trying. Besides, the clinic literally told me I don't have any fertility problems. What would it take to satisfy you on this one? Surely you could have at least had a test done. If there's a problem, we can work through it together. I don't see why you have to be so stubborn.
You're gonna make me repeat myself, huh? I just told you, there's nothing wrong with me. Nothing. I'm vigorous, energetic, healthy, and full of life. I'm so healthy, even my trips to the club to get drunk with the boys every night have no impact on my health. If someone as healthy as me can't have kids, then the entire human race is doomed.
Right, I see. Anyway, Lewis, if you're so interested in having kids, how about you come home now? The doctor told me when the ideal time to make babies is based on my cycle. You've been away from the house lately to go out clubbing with the boys so much that we barely ever get time to have sex anymore. How do you expect to make any babies like this?
Jeez, you make it sound like a freaking business negotiation. How am I supposed to get in the mood if we have to plan things out? You'll be suggesting we write a schedule next week. If you want me to screw you, how about you try becoming a little more screwable? I stopped being attracted to you ages ago. You're way past your prime now. I mean, seriously, 30 years old? How am I supposed to be able to get it up for a 30-year-old? It's like doing it with my grandma.
Wow, are you for real? We all get older, Lewis. Did you think I was immortal when we started dating or something? I can't believe how much you've changed. You used to tell me how much you were looking forward to us growing old together.
Huh? When did I say that? Are you sure it's not your imagination playing tricks on you? People's feelings change. It's just the way of the world. If you really want me to like you, then how about you hurry up and get pregnant already? I want to move on to the next stage of my life, so quit being selfish and start popping out babies, you damn useless old wench. You're the one who can't get pregnant.
Ugh, Lewis, we don't know that until you get tested. What is it going to take for you to understand? Why are you being so mean to me? Can't you see that we have to get through this together?
Life ain't a Disney film, you naive moron. I'm bound to be angry if you keep refusing to deliver the goods like this. God, talking to you is such a drag. I feel like my life force being drained by the second. You've always come at me with the same crap to try and justify your infertility. It's so frustrating. If you were serious about providing me with children, you start fertility treatment ASAP. Do you have any idea how much it hurts when my coworkers show me pics of their cute kids at work? It cuts me deep, deep inside. Quit screwing me around and fulfill your role as my wife before I lose my patience.
Talking to me like this isn't going to change a thing, Lewis. Why can't you see that? It's not like I enjoy this. I'm tired of it all myself. I want kids too, you know. I've always wanted for me and you to have kids. But how are we supposed to do that if we can't work together? We're just going to keep going around in circles at this rate.
God damn it! I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall. How about you quit preaching at me already? If you want me to put a bun in your oven, how about you work on heating things up a little first? It's your job to attract me, and you're feeling hard. You can't claim you're trying your best when all you've done to try to get me in the mood is buy a new pair of panties.
That's not the only thing. I go to the gym to keep my body in shape too. I constantly work on myself and do my best to be attractive to you, Lewis. I don't know how you can be so unfair.
I'm sick of hearing your goddamn excuses. I'm going out clubbing with the boys again, so don't expect me home early. You may as well go to sleep now. If I see your face tonight, I'll be flaccid for months.
Wow, you really have zero interest in working with me on this one, don't you?
Quit talking already. I'm sick of hearing your bullshit. If you don't fulfill your womanly role in providing me with children, we're getting a divorce. I must be out of my mind to have to put up with your crap for this long. I want my time back.
Divorce? Oh my God, Lewis, don't talk about things like that so lightly.
You're the one who left me no choice. If you don't like hearing the cold hard truth, then how about you start doing your job as my wife? I'm not attracted to you anymore. What, would you rather I lied and said I was? If you're not going to change, then we're done. What's the point of us being together anymore? Why would you want to be with a guy who's not into you anyway? Yep, we're getting a divorce. Let me go so I can be free and find someone who deserves me.
Wow, I can't believe you're doing this. We shouldn't go rushing into such an important decision, Lewis. Emotions are high, and this isn't a good time. Let's talk this through properly when we've both calmed down.
You're the last person I expected to see at the wedding. What the hell is someone like you doing at a wedding of all places? Have you no shame?
Hi, Lewis. It's been a while. I never expected to run into you here. I was pretty surprised to see you at the wedding, too.
A barren wasteland of a woman like you has no place at a wedding. I see you let yourself go since I dumped you. Your belly's like a hot air balloon. Have you been binge eating to cope with the stress of losing me? I never thought I'd say this, but you actually look better when you were working hard to stay in shape by going to the gym every day.
What are you talking about? My belly's big because I'm pregnant.
What? What the hell are you talking about? Now I've heard it all. Doesn't telling such absurd, barefaced lies make you feel ashamed? Oh my God, you're so pathetic it hurts. You're infertile, so it's impossible for you to have kids. You'll never know what it feels like to be a mother for as long as you live.
I told you time and time again, didn't I? That there was nothing wrong with me, that the doctors told me I'm not infertile. Which is why I was able to get pregnant with my new husband without any issues. My body is in full working order and the baby's developing healthily.
Huh? I get what this is. You're lying because you're ashamed to be fatter than the goddamn hippo, aren't you? Pathetic.
Whether you believe me or not is up to you, and quite frankly, I couldn't care less. I really am pregnant, and I'm happier than I've ever been.
No way. Is there actually a man on this planet desperate enough to go anywhere near you? He sure is a lucky guy. I mean, bagging himself a big bloated divorce lard ass with a barren wasteland for a womb like you? His friends must be so jealous.
Yes, we both consider ourselves very lucky to have met each other, actually. He's my old classmate from high school. We met at the class reunion. He confessed to me he'd always had feelings for me when we went out for drinks afterwards, and things just kind of developed from there. Me and you were already dating at the time, so all he could do was look on from the sidelines. But when he heard we got divorced, he made no attempts to hide his feelings.
This is hilarious. Since when were you so popular with the boys?
I'd hardly go as far as saying I was popular. I am grateful, though. Anyway, how are things with you these days?
Me? I snagged myself a hot young broad and pumped her with my seed, put a bun in her oven, and now we have a son. Divorcing him was the best decision I ever made. I only wish I did it sooner.
Wait, what? You have a son? But how? Lewis, do you still not know? You're infertile. It wasn't me who couldn't have kids. It was you. I mean, I got remarried and now I'm pregnant, so you can hardly claim there's anything wrong with me anymore.
How many times do I got to tell you? You were the problem, not me. You're probably just morbidly obese and too ashamed to admit it. How could I be infertile when me and Jenna had a kid with no problems? Give me a break, you delusional nutcase.
But did you really? I mean, I guess you never did end up getting tested. But other than you having some kind of issue, I can't think of any other explanation. How could I have gotten pregnant so easily with my new husband?
Quit making me repeat myself, idiot! I was not the infertile one.
Lewis, do you think maybe there's a chance those kids aren't yours?
Don't be ridiculous! That boy's my pride and joy, so quit talking out of your ass.
I see. Fine, point taken. Anyway, it's not really any of my business, so whatever.
I know what this is. You're projecting. I'm pretty sure you're actually just a morbidly obese land whale, and are using it as a pregnancy simulation to give yourself an idea of what it feels like to be a mother to cover up the pain of being internally infertile.
I can assure you that's not the case. Hey, Zoe. It was really nice to see you again the other day. It's the first time I've seen you since the pregnancy. You looked amazing. If you ever need help with anything, don't hesitate to reach out, okay? I mean, I don't know if I'll actually be able to do anything to you, but I'll sure do my best. Hey, Hannah. It was great to see you the other day, too. You should be careful with making such generous offers, because I might just take you up on that. You're a veteran mom, after all. I bet you know a lot about raising kids. I'll probably message you so much you'll get bored of me. It's fine, babe, really. Anyway, when I heard about that awful divorce you went through, I couldn't help but feel bad for you. You're one of the kindest, sweetest people I know, and you didn't deserve what that jerk put you through. I know it's too little too late, but I really am sorry for introducing you guys. I can't help but feel guilty over the whole thing. Don't be silly, Hannah. Anyway, when was that? High school may as well be the Jurassic period, it feels so long ago. It's not like we didn't love each other once. There was actually a time when he was nice, you know? You had no way of knowing. You were like our Cupid. If anything, I feel bad. You went out of your way to introduce us, and look where it all went. Sorry, Hannah, I really appreciate the thought behind it, and don't hold the fact he turned out to be a dick against you for 1 second. Oh, stop it, babe. You don't have to apologize. He's clearly the one in the wrong here. To think he bailed on you in such an awful way. He really is a special kind of lowlife. Hey, wait a sec. I just remembered something. Didn't he say he has a kid now? A 2-year-old boy? Isn't the timing on that a little, off? Huh? Where did you hear that? He told me himself. We know a bunch of the same people too, so if you like, I can get extra confirmation. So do you think he might have been cheating on you when you got married? If his kid is already 2 years old, then yeah, that's the only explanation. Wow. So he was at it that early on? Jeez, his scumbaggery never ceases to amaze me. Do you know who his lover is? What's she like? Wait, you mean you don't know? Well, it's not like we've been in touch. We stopped talking the moment everything with the divorce was finalized. It's not like I particularly cared to message him anymore either. But now I know he was cheating on me when we got married. I'm kind of curious. Right. Oh, it's totally normal to be curious. So get this. Apparently, she's a young girl, and they have an age gap so big, it'll make your jaw hit the floor. Word is they got married as soon as she left high school. And wait, there's more. She decided against looking for work in favor of being a full-time stay-at-home housewife for him. Huh? You mean he married a girl half his age, fresh out of high school? Well, talk about a plot twist. This is like something out of a movie. How did they even meet to begin with? How does a grown man go about meeting high school girls? That was the only part I couldn't get him to tell me about. He made a big show and dance about the fact he had a young new girlfriend. He literally wouldn't shut up about her. It was kind of annoying. I only wanted a few sentences, but I got an essay. Until I asked him where they met, that is. Then he did nothing but act shifty and evasive. I kind of got the impression he didn't want to tell me. That's suspicious. There must be something fishy going on. So they met in a way that he can't tell people about? I mentioned Lewis and I know a lot of the same people, right? Well, there are some in our friendship group who think they met through a sugar daddy app. You know, the kind where young girls meet older guys and get money in exchange for favors. Anyway, it turned into more than they bargained for when she got pregnant, and I guess they felt pressured into tying the knot. This is just speculation, of course, but it kind of makes sense. Yeah, you're right. If he refuses to talk about how they met, it's only natural to think so. To be honest, I'm not that surprised. Ever since we got married, he never shut up about how much he loves younger girls. They're in the prime of their life. They're so beautiful and fertile. Ugh, I swear it drove me crazy. He made me feel like I was going to crack up sometimes. I can tell you, that guy had a knack for pushing my buttons in all the wrong ways. Jesus, Zoe, that's disgusting. You did well to put up with him for as long as you did. It looks like I was right to go snooping around. Back in the day, I used to think he was just a bit of a loudmouth who got carried away easily. Sometimes annoying, but harmless. How wrong I was. It turns out he's nothing but a creepy old man now. Anyway, one thing's for sure, I'll never forgive him for what he did to you. He hurt you, and I'll be darned if I just stand by and act like it's all water under the bridge. No, not happening. Do you mind if I do a little more digging? I'll be casual about it so he doesn't figure out what I'm doing. We don't want him catching wind of my detective work, right? Wow, Hannah, would you really do that for me? Of course I would, sweetie. Me and you go way back. You're one of my best friends. Leave this one to me. If I do end up finding out anything else, will you forgive me for the sin of introducing you to the jerk in the first place? There's nothing to forgive you for in the first place, silly. I'm not mad at all, I swear. But I would be super grateful if you could find anything out. I'm counting on you, girl. Forgive me for being so sudden, but you need to know you're going to be paying me compensation very soon. It turns out your betrayal started a lot earlier than I thought it did. Mark my words, you'll be paying me every cent of what's written on the bill that should be arriving at your house any day now. Prepare yourself for the storm that's about to come.
Huh? What the heck are you talking about, woman? Compensation? Pfft. Why would I pay you compensation?
Drop the act. Playing dumb isn't going to get you out of this one. My contacts have been doing some digging. Guess what I found out? I found out that you and your lover were having it away behind my back before we got married. That's why you're going to pay me compensation, and you're going to do it quietly and obediently without complaining. You see, Lewis, there's a thing called justice, and it's knocking on your door right about now.
What the hell are you talking about? Seriously? That's the biggest steaming pile of bullcrap I ever heard. Me and my wife met and got married after me and you divorced. You were the old news by the time I was clapping them cheeks, which means it was all above board.
I said drop the act, idiot. I've already seen your wife's social media posts from back when you were lovers sneaking around behind my back. Trips to hot springs resorts, dates at fancy restaurants, days out at theme parks, nights at hotels. I've seen everything, and you can't lie your way out of this one. For some reason, she made all of the posts public recently. Looks like you guys let your guard down after you got married. Little did you know, I had someone prying through those posts with a fine-tooth comb.
What in the Lord's name? How the heck would you even know my wife's social media page in the first place? Who's been spying on me?
Please, it was hardly difficult. You do realize we live in the internet age now, right? If you want to find something that exists online, there are any number of ways to find it. Everything's connected now, and once something gets posted, it's there forever. I'll admit I was surprised when I found out I had no idea you were seeing each other that early on. But now that I think about it, little things that didn't sit right with me at the time suddenly begin to make sense. You started going out drinking with your coworkers more and going on more business trips. It was all to see your lover, wasn't it?
God, you're so annoying. So what if it was? What did you expect me to do? I wasn't attracted to you anymore. Of course my heart was gonna wander with a worn-out cave troll of a wife like you. Sure, maybe I didn't act like a saint, but you're at fault too for being so unattractive.
That's the most absurdly selfish thing I've ever heard. Do you seriously think that counts as a justification? If you weren't attracted to me, you should have looked for someone else after we divorced. You knew that though, didn't you? You knew what you were doing was wrong and you didn't care. I know why you really did it. You only felt safe enough to divorce me once you knew for sure you had someone to replace me with. You weren't brave or courageous enough to face life on your own, so you lied to keep me sweet until you finally felt safe enough to end the marriage. I knew you were pathetic, but writing it all up like this, I feel like you're hitting levels of loserdom that shouldn't be possible. How have the last 2 years together been, Lewis? Are you guys having fun?
God damn it. Why do you even care about any of this crap anymore? It's all bygones and you should be over it by now. Quit obsessing over the past and move on. You sad, tragic woman. Aren't you happily married yourself now? Shouldn't you be spending time with your husband instead of freaking bothering me?
Yes, we're very happy together, actually. But raising a child costs money. Which is why I'll be taking everything I can from you in compensation.
But over that? Why? Surely it's time to move on by now. Quit begging for money. Do you know pride? I know times can get tough, but there has to be a better way to handle things than acting like this.
How is any of this bygones? It hasn't even been 3 years yet. Which means I'm still well within my rights to demand compensation. Besides, isn't you accusing me of begging a little rich? What about your wife?
What are you talking about?
Your oldest kid's gonna be 3 years old soon, right? Which means you got your lover pregnant back when we got married. If you're raising it now, you must think it's yours. What more proof could I need that you cheated on me? This is gonna be such an open and shut case, the judge will probably get bored and start doodling on his notepad.
Well,
So you cheated on me and got your lover pregnant by mistake and broke things off with me in a panic when you found out. Either that or you broke up with me because you were genuinely pleased and wanted to make a serious go of it with her and your kid. Who knows, maybe it was both. That part isn't important anymore. What matters is that you cheated on me, I can prove it, and that you're going to pay. If only you weren't so stubborn and prideful. If you had a shred of decency in you, you'd have admitted what you did and broke things off honestly. Unfortunately, your ego is far too large for you to admit fault, which means you had to try and pin it on me.
no, it wasn't like that.
That's why you tried to make it out that I was infertile, isn't it? Because if I was infertile, you could blame the divorce on me and get out of it without anybody finding out what a scumbag you are. And it worked, for a little while. We stopped messaging, you married your lover, and you probably had a grand old time of it together, your scheme a resounding success. I bet you really enjoyed your new life with your young new wife, huh?
God, would you just shut up or get to the point already? So what if I did? None of this has jack shit to do with you. I thought you were happy with your new husband. Shouldn't that be enough for you? Why do you insist on doing this?
No, it's not enough. Do you have any idea how much emotional pain and suffering you put me through? I mean, seriously, it's like you took a wrecking ball to my heart and then just casually strolled away like nothing happened. You knew damn well there was nothing wrong with me and I was perfectly capable of having children, but you gaslit and abused me into believing otherwise. Then you disappeared, leaving me all alone with my sense of trust, security, and my belief in the goodness of people shattered. I spent countless nights lying awake, replaying every moment, every word, trying to make sense of it all. I lost the man I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with in a heartbeat, left totally on my own. And yes, you were right. I wasn't as young as I used to be. I was 30 when you did what you did after spending my youth with you. Do you have any idea how much stress you put me through? How traumatized I was? I could barely eat or sleep, and I lost 20 kilograms.
Jeez, are you done yet? I got better things to do than listen to your overblown sob story, woman. How about you get to the point already? Either say something worth listening to or leave me alone.
I already made my point, Lewis. You owe me compensation, and I won't rest until I get it. I'll leave you alone as soon as I get my money. That's all I have to say.
Oh my god, is this for real? Won't you cut me some slack here? Why do you have to punish me like this?
Wow, this is hilarious. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna take a guess as to why you seem so dejected all of a sudden.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious? I'm simply taking a great deal of pleasure in seeing my lying, cheating scumbag of an ex-husband writhe around in a desperate panic to save his skin.
Wow, what is wrong with you? You enjoy seeing me panic? You're sick in the head. I'll pay you your damn money when I can afford it. Things aren't looking so great right now. How am I supposed to afford child support when things are already bad as it is? Look, my wife's spending has been getting out of control lately. Would you just cut me some slack?
And that's your problem, not mine. If you think I'm about to start making compromises to make you happy, you're delusional. You seem so depressed, Lewis. This is so funny. Oh, guess what? There's just one more little teeny tiny thing I wanted to mention. Did you know that the kid you just spent the last 3 years raising isn't yours?
Huh? How the hell do you...
I knew it. You don't even seem surprised. You knew, didn't you? Oh my God, this just keeps getting better and better. I suggested the possibility before, right? That the kid wasn't yours. I thought it was weird then. Let's face it, I clearly wasn't infertile, was I? Which meant the only reason we were unable to conceive had to be you. You were firing blanks the whole time, but your overinflated ego prevented you from going to the clinic to actually find out.
Stop rubbing salt in the wound. You have any idea how terrified I was when I found out you were pregnant? I knew I had no choice when I heard the news. I had to go to the clinic and find out the truth. That's when I found out the kid wasn't mine.
I knew it. Why do you think I was so adamant you needed to get tested? I knew I wasn't infertile. This serves you right, Lewis. You acted like a total jerk and trampled all over my feelings, destroying my future in one fell swoop. This is what's called poetic justice.
I had no idea this would happen. Joel, what the hell am I supposed to do? I'm begging you, please, will you just hold off on the compensation? I can't afford to pay you right now. I'm barely keeping my head above water as it is. Every penny counts, and right now I'm counting every single one just to make ends meet.
No can do. Didn't I already make it clear that your failure to manage your finances isn't my problem? I already filed my claim, which means your days are numbered. If you can't afford to pay me, I suggest you find a good loan shark. You don't get to destroy my life and get away with it, you low-life rat. Thanks to the help of my friend Hannah, who had experience of being betrayed after her husband cheated on her in the past, I was able to gather all the proof of Lewis's affair I needed to damn him to rights. With that, I was successfully able to put in my compensation claim. As for Lewis, the shock of finding out the kid he just spent 2 years raising wasn't his sent him into a stress spiral. He lost all of his hair and aged 10 years in the space of a few weeks. Apparently, his declining mental state has had an impact on his work, because he got fired from his job after getting a coworker in a headlock for calling him Baldy. Now that I live happily with my new family, I'm filled with gratitude that my low-life ex-husband showed me his true colors so I could do what I had to get away from him and move on to greener pastures. Thanks for watching, folks. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to prove what a boss you are by liking and subscribing. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We can't wait to see you again next time.